Sup peeps, my name's Ian, I sell books on eBay, and yesterday was actually not too bad a day at all. A lot of bundles going out, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, as well as a couple of single books and a couple of made buy your own, build your own bundles as well. So let's just have a wee crack through, see what's selling, see what might be worth you picking up if you see it, what might be worth me picking up if I see it again as well. So first up, we've got a wee single book. I had it a second ago. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is, right there. It's right in front of me. Always is right in front of me, isn't it? Right, we've got Wheels of Life, a user's guide to the chakra system by Anodia Judith, PhD. Look at a PhD, that means they're a doctor. So that's all good. A profound system for spiritual growth and vibrant physical health. Only had it a couple of weeks. I do find that type of book, typically, if it does sell, it sells fast. There's lots of them that don't sell at all, but they're always worth having a wee look at. That went for £13.99. Put that in its place. Next, right, I've got 2 stacks of these going out today, so I need to work out which one's which. It's not that one. Which bees? It's this one. Scott Mariani. Picked up quite a lot of these in the last couple of weeks, and when I have a lot, I sell a lot. It's a kind of simple thing, really, isn't it? £12.99 for 5 Scott Mariani books, which is always nice. Not a hugely famous author, but certainly one that does sell. And next, I don't have anything in the right order here this morning. I'm not doing very well. Let's try and pop it into the right order as I dig to the bottom of this pile. Pick up this lot. See, we have got a stack of 4 Kimberly Chambers thrillers hardcover books. So a pre-made bundle. It is going to be over the 2 kilos to post them. I know that, but that was priced at £14.99, and that's what it sold for. So into its pile it goes. And then we've got another pre-made bundle. Smaller bundle this time. Don't know if you can see what that is at all, but it's Valerio Massimo Manfredi, and it's Alexander books 1 to 3. I listed them, a few weeks ago now. I started doing these. £9.99 for the 3 paperbacks. I had them listed just as like individual books for a long time. No bites. £9.99 for the 3 of them together, and they've sold quite quickly. So you were all right when you all said bundle, bundle, bundle. I've listened, and it's worked. Next, a bundle that the customer has made themselves. Another 5 Scott Mariani books. A slightly different selection than the last lot, but 5 of them nonetheless. Again, £12.99 for those 5 paperbacks. Right, some more pre-made bundles. Madeleine Roux, the Asylum novels. Again, you're not going to be able to see that in there, but there's 4 paperback bundle. Can't even remember the different titles on them. We've got, I can only ever see that it says Asylum, but Madeleine Roux, R-O-U-X. Again, only been listed a couple of weeks, and the 4 are all sold for £9.99. So not crazy money on these bundles, but they're selling quite well, and I'm making a couple of quid every time. This bundle, however, is a little bit different. It is Captain Underpants, Daft Pilkey. It's books 1 to 12. Now I've got quite a few of these. They sell quite well from the variations listing, but I picked up a set 1 to 12 that were all in really good condition, so I just put them together, stuck them on as a lot for 30 quid, and that is what they have sold for. So 12 Daft Pilkey books for £30. It's quite a bargain for someone, but makes it much easier for me just to pick them and pack them and get them out the door. Next, we've got 3, count them, 3 Michael Connelly paperbacks. Another author which you buy them, they will sell. It's good to have kind of 40-50 of them stacked up if you can, but once you do, they do begin to go out in reasonable numbers. For me, that is. Buy 2 get 1 free, so £9.99 for the 3 of those. And next time, right, some single books. we've got that one to sit over there, and we've got this one to show you, 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I read that maybe 20 years ago. Cracking book, really enjoyed it. Bit of a banger. Gets a wee bit slow in the middle, but otherwise, yeah, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. £9.24 that one went for. And then another single book that sold for £7.24, Money by Martin Amis. So again, a bit of a famous book. Nice wee Penguin Classics. Pretty good condition. It's a wee bit battered on the outside, a wee bit, but I don't think it's been read. I think that battering's just come from where it's been shifted around, and people are moving house, or when they took it into the charity shop or whatever. But £7.24 for Money by Martin Amis. Another customer selected bundle. 3 hardcover books this time. Broyne, Mark Billingham, Sleepyhead, Crybaby, and The Murder Book. So hardcovers, all in good condition. Sleepyhead's a wee bit old and tired looking on the pages, but otherwise in good nick. And £11.99 for the 3 of those, which I think will be just over the 2 kilos. I'm doing that like I'm some sort of like, ooh, I can tell weights. 3 hardcovers are usually over 2 kilos. Only £11.99 coming in, but it was only 3 books. So normally they would be £9.99 for 3 books if it was just the paperbacks. Extra couple of quid covers that wee bit extra postage. So not like a millionaire sale, but quite nice nonetheless. And then we have the last one for now, which is The Ingo Chronicles by Helen Dunmore. So 3 books. Again, you probably can't see them through that because I've got them all wrapped up. But Storm Swept, The Deep, and The Tide Knot. I think there's 4 or 5 in the series altogether, but I had these 3, bundled them together, £9.99. So, you're going to take it where you can get it. And that's all the sales so far. A total of £153 for that lot. So I say that's better. Hopefully it'll stay there and keep going up for the rest of the month. A few more bundles that I picked up yesterday to get made up and listed. I picked up a couple of bits and pieces for myself, which was always nice, add to the collection, but we'll talk about them another day, and get on with listing some more bits and pieces. Put up all my auctions since kind of middle end of last week. They're beginning to get near to a finish. I think there's about 9 items I've got bids on them so far. So out of the 160, 170 auctions that I've put up, it's not a lot, but I will keep you informed as to how that plays out. If I only get 99p plus postage, that's still like £5 somebody's going to be paying for a book. So it doesn't, 99p doesn't make them cheap unless somebody bids and wins on a few and they save it on the postage. But I'm really just curious to see how that works. Does that actually get out and sell? If I was to put them on at Buy It Now for 99p plus postage, remove all the 3 for 2 stuff and the rest of it, if I didn't promote them, they would never see the light of day anywhere, and if I promote them, I would lose money. So if I can sell them at that price on auction, I can still double my money on a book, which isn't a lot considering it cost me 25-30p, but let's just see what happens. If there's a lot of volume to be moved, then the picking and packing process can be very quick, and it might be worthwhile just to get that stuff churned through and try and reclaim a bit of this space that I have for more worthwhile things. I think a return, get returns occasionally, they happen, they're not an issue, but somebody sent back one of the George Martin sets that I sold in the last few weeks, and I've just got the notice from eBay saying it's been delivered a couple of days ago. Refund. I don't have it, so I need to go now and try and work out where that is. I've already been out and checked all the usual spots where they would have left an item in a safe space. There's absolutely nothing in any of those, so once it's a wee bit later in the morning, I'll need to go and chap on a few doors and see if it's been handed into a neighbour somewhere. But yeah, it's not come to me yet, so if you were the buyer of that item and you happen to be watching, I apologise, I haven't refunded yet, but I haven't got it back, and I didn't even know it had been supposedly delivered until I got the eBay notification through this morning saying get the refund sorted out, mate. So as soon as I found that, I'll get that refunded. If it's vanished, I'll go up to the Royal Mail office, see if they've got any sight of it, and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, that's where we're at. But that is all for now. I might be back later, but if I'm not, catch you then. Another little order sneaking in just before I finish up with my packaging. 3 Harry Potter books, books 1, 2 and 3. Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets and The Prisoner of Azkaban. The original set, paperbacks, $9.99. And another one. 5 Jill Mansell, however you want to say it, paperbacks, $12.99. The women's fiction is beginning to fly. I guess it's getting to the holiday season. People looking for books to read whilst they're lounging about in the sunshine. Who knows, but they're selling well anyway. More orders. That's all done for the day, it seems. A wee bit later in the afternoon now. Just been sorting out a few more bundles to list. Went to the local Tesco and, as ever, picked up a book from the whole community bookstall thing. A wee first print in pretty good condition of Interesting Times. So seem to have been getting some of the best pickups from the wee local Tesco shop. It's been great. And when I picked that up, also, let's just remind me who said this. So after I was talking about Lonesome Dove in a video the other day, Gabiota said if I have a Western bug, I should try Thomas Edison. And guess what was sitting at Tesco? Thomas Edison, The Last Ride. So I don't know when I'll get round to reading this. It's a wee book. It looks quite intriguing. I may slip it in somewhere as I get a chance, but that's not really for these videos. That's for something else. But, you know, I found it just as I was in Tesco. That was the pickups. A couple of other interesting pickups I've had in the last few days, a couple of days, whenever it was, is a couple of right old antique books. And I'm not massively sure, or wasn't sure what to do with them. So the first one we've got is The Friendly Visitor from 1879. So a wee hardcover, and it's like a compiled, this was gifted to somebody January the 14th, 1880. It's hard to imagine these things are so old. You know, 144 years old, 145 years old. And The Friendly Visitor, with illustrations from popular artists, and it seems to be just what it says, kind of the first half of the year, first half of the year. So we've got issue number 145 from January 1879, and it goes January, September. Yeah, so it seems to be the full year. There's a few loose pages in it. It's the interior of the book's not in great nick. I don't know if you can see there's a wee bit of that there. The cover's got a bit of a tear in the back, but what drew my eye to it, and the reason I picked it up, is because the colour on it is still so strong. It's still a really vibrant blue. It's got a kind of black inlay and then a bit of the gold across the book title itself. You know, the cover is in pretty good nick, but it seems to be a book that has been read, and it's been read many times, it would appear. So there wasn't much of a steer price wise, so I've just chucked it up at auction and let's see what happens with it. But and you should probably do the same, if you see something that's definitely antique and has a bit of decorativeness about it, has good strong colours, isn't overly faded, then it might be worth a few quid. I've picked up a few that have sold quite quickly at quite a low price, and I feel like I totally undervalued them when I did that because I couldn't find much, so I kind of guessed. But this time I'm putting it on auction. We're only starting it at 99p, so we'll see what happens. And somebody might pick up a bargain for 99p. Maybe nobody wants it. Maybe it'll run and I'll get a few quid out of it. Anyway, that was the first one of them. In the same pile, there was this little beastie, Dictionary of the Bible, edited by J. Hastings. Now, there's only one of these listed, which is actually in worse condition. So it's like a quarter-bound leather Bible. It's come away in the spine there. You know, leather does get brittle over the years if it's not like really looked after. But the book block itself is in really good condition. You can see it's still got a bit of the old gilt gold showing in the top, we glisten there in the light. You can barely see it. There's none on the front edge, so there's the difference. Glisten, glisten, glisten. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Again, this not much listed, but anywhere between £2 and like £100. I don't know, no clue. Condition is always important with these things, and although the spine has cracked down both edges, you know, the leather has split, it is still together. You know, it's been properly bound, it's old enough. I think again 110, 1909, I think I managed to work out a date for this. Yeah, 1909, first and second impression, January 1909. So, again, 115 years old, and it's still holding together. No idea what it could sell for, or if it will sell at all. But nice bit of decoration. Actually shows up better in the camera in that angle than it does when you're looking at it directly. So again, I just started it, 99p. Let's see what happens. But old decorative books, yeah, give them a go. You just never know. Again, these were pennies to pick up, so it was, you know, there's nothing to it from that point of view. I had a good run with the vintage pickups actually. I found somebody's obviously had a clear out. A lot of these books have the same lady's name written in the inside cover, but I found a bundle of Alexander Solzhenitsyn. I've never heard of him before. To be honest, I'm not going to kid on and know what's going on, but apparently it was the winner of the 1970 Nobel Prize for Literature, or he was. I don't know for what book, because I think it says that on a couple of them. Cancer Ward, if anybody knows these. But yeah, found 5 of those. Excuse me. Everything's a bit dusty, so that works out quite nicely as a wee bundle. The books seem to have a wee bit of value individually, so I've just listed them. I'm going to 20 quid for a bundle of 5. I've had a bit of luck like that with the vintage books. Another author that I could find nothing on eBay. There's like 2 listings in their entirety for Anya Satan. I hope it's Seaton and not Satan. Anya. Again, 5 vintage. They're all in bundles of 5, which was great. The Mistletoe and Sword. Apparently she's the author of Catherine, which is one book that wasn't in this bundle. That just looks the part, doesn't it? That is a nice old paperback. 60s and 70s, all of these. So I took a total guess at that as well. And again, 5 books. Let's chuck them up for 20 quid and see what happens. If there's 0 interest, I'll know they're not worth anything. I also found about a dozen Neville Shute vintage books. I've already sold a bundle of these just a few weeks ago, so when I saw them I just grabbed them straight away. Again, 60s, early 70s, all of them around that date. Some of them in better condition than others. You know, so you can see that is definitely a bit more worn, but that's from like 1965. So that's that 60-year-old book itself, compared to some of the other ones which are like only 55 years old and looking a wee bit better. But I'm hoping they all do quite well, because it is something that I have noticed over the months, that you often see big chunks of slightly battered vintage paperbacks, and so far they've been selling okay. I've had luck with Leo Kessler, Neville Shute, Douglas Reman, Glenn Dayton, Alistair MacLean. You know, not even like classic authors as such, just ones that were popular back in the day, and maybe they're collectible, I don't know. Another wee bundle that I picked up, one of these came from Tesco and the other 2 came from the shop. John King. So John King, The Football Factory, is probably what most people would know him for, but he's written a lot of other books, and I had that from Tesco, not over this weekend admittedly, but then when I was out I found 2 more of his books, Human Punk and The Prison House. On their own they don't do much, you know, they're the kind of things that just take up space on your shelf rather than anything else. But these 2, really good condition. Human Punk intrigues me slightly, so I'm just going to list them up as a wee 3-book bundle for maybe a tenner. and see what happens there. So some slightly different bundle listings I've been looking at to try and decide what to do with them and get things moving forward. And we'll just see where it goes. Anyway, that's all I was going to talk about today, so no doubt see you tomorrow.